Good morning, everyone. This is Paula, and yes, I am back earlier than I expected, but there's nothing wrong with that. Um, I'm so excited to be back and to be able to visit with you guys. I've missed you all. I've been answering comments the best I could, and yeah, so I'm ready to move forward. Um, and I'll tell you more about the house and all there is to know so far about our move. It's been up, it's been down, it's been crazy. But in the meantime, I had been working prior to us moving, or while we were packing and getting ready to put everything in the trucks and pods and so forth. In between all of that, I had held out my fall things for my fall book. And I'm going to try to get at least one done, maybe two. And I'm going to finish the nature book and get it into my shop. But I have to. It is actually finished. I just need to do the flip through. And I plan on doing that today also. But I was excited this morning to show you guys the fall book. So it's just an old book that I covered with this beautiful fabric. It was fabric out of the fall section. And I just thought it was nice and calm. And I did 3 signatures rather than 2. And this is the cover. I hope you like the cover. I actually love the cover. This truck was a pick that would stick in the ground during the fall time, a small pick. And Rick just took the pick portion off, and I did a cover with burlap. And this is like a tin made out of heavy metal, not heavy metal. It is kind of a metal, but not over the top heavy. Okay, I added this little bow with a button. And it has the pumpkins in the back of the truck, which I think is adorable. And of course, the burlap. And then I did a kind of an orangey, shiny leaf trim across the top. And then a fabric tag that says fall along with a sunflower. So I hope you guys love the cover as much as me. This is the time of the year that I like to go crazy with the covers during fall and Christmas. And so, yeah, this is exciting. I'm excited to get this done. Now, I'm in a different position as far as my videos go. Things are rearranged, and like all of us want to do when we have an opportunity to do that. But it took probably 5 solid days to get my room, and that's working pretty much nonstop to get my room back in order. My daughter helped me clean shelves, and my grandson helped me get everything I needed in the room, and then my husband put all the shelves in, and I have some extra shelves. I have a huge walk-in closet full of just anything that doesn't go on a shelf. And then I have an extra room so that if I want to have friends over or have a retreat or something, I can. So that's exciting. So I think what we should do is just get started on the book. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to decorate the book. I would have loved to have brought you along up to this point, but all my camera lights and everything were packed up. And let me know what you think about the lighting today. I did away with 3 lights, and my husband added brighter lights above me, and we figure that's going to be enough. So when I look in the video, it looks like it's plenty bright, but I need your opinion. I hope there's a small glare in my workspace. This is the Tim Holtz Tonic Studios mat, and it's glass, so it's going to throw off a light every now and then. But I've had it, and I've not used it as much as I should because of the glare. So I'm going to try to make it work because I love it, and yeah, you can make it look nice after everything you do. So the mat is in the picture today. So again, I've missed you guys. I'm excited to be back working and creating. So this little book measures, let me get my, of course I normally don't tell you this part right now, but I want you to know. It is just, oh my goodness, just barely over 5.5 wide. And let's see, 8 1/4. So that's not too small, right? That's a perfect book with 3 signatures. I used a couple of different papers inside. So I'm just going to open. I'm not doing a flip through, but I'm going to open and let you see the beautiful papers that are part of this book. This is one paper pad, and then this is another paper pad. And I do not have the name of those right in front of me, but during the flip through, I'll try to remember to have those. So I used a couple different digitals also in this. I kind of mixed a lot of different digitals. So things that I already had printed, I felt like would work in this book because I had no printer. So as a matter of fact, my old printer broke right before the move. And so we decided to wait and get the new one after we got in the house, and we ordered it, and it came in yesterday. So I'm going to be able to start getting my stuff that I've been sent or purchased printed this week. So I just want you to see this first page, though. Isn't he cute? Just adorable little hedgehog. Okay, so the paper's beautiful. But we're going to move straight in to doing our library pocket. Now, we're going to do it on this inside cover. And I'm going to get out the cool book weight that Paula Lucas got me. And thank you, Paula. And then I'm going to put this right here in the center. I love how this turned out. Look at the baby fawn. Leaves behind and an acorn and a little bit of washi tape right here on the library pocket. So I have a towel wrapped around my shoulders. If you see that every now and then, that's what you're seeing. Listen, it's cold in Branson this morning. It has been the last 2 or 3 mornings. And so I think maybe fall is trying to settle in Branson. But in the afternoon, it gets hot. It's weird. Very weird. So we're loving our new house. I will tell you, it's a 28-year-old home. So with an old home, you have all the situations that come with an old home. Such as, you know, things not working or, you know, things just worn out. And yesterday, we discovered, we've been so busy, we hadn't even noticed that there were no smoke alarms in this house. None. 0. And we've lived here for nearly 2 weeks, and no smoke alarm, no carbon monoxide, you know, nothing to protect us from stuff like that. And we were crazy. We just didn't realize it. So as soon as I noticed it and realized it, we jumped in the car. and headed out to Menards to get, I think, like 12 fire or smoke detectors. Okay, now I'm trying to put this in nice and center, so I'm going to hold it up for a second and make sure that it is. Good thing I did. It wasn't perfect. And you want to move it quick whenever you've already put it down. You want to make sure that everything is straight. My eyes aren't even straight this morning. It's so early. It is actually 5:20. Yesterday, I woke up at 2:30. This morning, I woke up at 4:30. Don't ask me why. It wears me out for the rest of the day. But yesterday, I still got things accomplished. So that's all right. So I hope you guys have been good. Welcome to any new subscribers. And thank you guys for hanging in there with me. And let's see. There we go. My shop is open for those of you that have been asking me. All right. So now I think we'll flip to the back. And I think in the back, we're going to put, oh, it's hard to decide. Either this or this, which I like. I just have too many things I really like. But we'll come back to that because I can't decide. So I haven't put anything in the book. I know as well as you know, what needs to be done. So what I'm going to do is put one thing in each signature, go back, put another thing. And we'll do as much as time allows. And yeah, we'll get that all done today. Hopefully. Not all done, but real close. All right, so let's decide by flipping through what's going to go where. And I haven't shown you everything yet because I want you to be surprised a little bit. So this is really pretty, this orange leaf with a dusting of leaves. This is an old vintage Wildflowers book page for October. Notice the apples. This is one of Gail's digitals, the Echo Dying. And let's see. I'm trying to decide where to put different things. This is a copy of an old vintage fabric I have. I just thought it looked great for fall. And we'll just continue on, but I'm thinking we had decoupaged this prior to the packing, and I think it turned out really cool. Has a little bit of that blue in it that you see on the cover. So every now and then you'll see that blue. But pretty much, you know, it's standard colors. Trying to get this in here straight. I'm trying to decide, do I want to put this? I don't know where I want to put it. It's hard to decide these things, guys. I could put it right here, which looks nice. Now, this is going to stick out a little bit because I make a lot of my ephemera ahead of time and didn't know at the time that this was not going to be a super wide book. But that's okay because everything looks great on it. So I'm going to wait on that for a minute. How about we do this bag with leaves? I added washi tape with a leaf, kind of a felt leaf. It has an Edith Holden October page inside. And we're going to make it flip over, okay? Now, I got to find the right spot because I really don't want, I want it to be on the right side of the signature. Not here, but somewhere close by. I did stitching in this book. So as you can see, I'm not moving as fast as usual. I'm out of practice. Not really. Now, once you've done this, you know how to do it, right? Okay, I like the way that looks. I really like the yellow, but it's on the wrong side of the page. Let me see if in signature 2, I just broke a rule already. Let me see if this one has a yellow page also. I bet it does somewhere. Yeah, and of course it's with sunflowers. Can't do away with that one. Let's see. Let's do on this side. Whoops. Sorry. Where is my yellow? Okay, this is much better, but it's on the wrong side again. All right, so let's look at the third signature. I don't know if I put them in the same way or not. Isn't that pretty? So we could actually do it like this. That's what I think we'll do. Now, I am going to be using Fabri-Tac. And I've got my little frosting container with my Fabri-Tac inside. You can get Fabri-Tac at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, or go to different areas to order it online. I believe Joann's has it also. Okay, so we closed on our new house on the 18th. And, you know, we had one pod was delivered on the 18th, but it was the pod for this room. We didn't do very well putting things in the order they needed to come to the house. Now, I'm going to do a flip out on this one, so we want to put it as close to the edge as possible. Let me see if that's where I want it. I want to make sure it lays flat like this and doesn't hang over the page. Looks like we're going in the right direction with this. Okay, so that's signature 3. We've got to go back to signature 1 and find something for signature 1. We'll do, we'll figure out something as we go. Okay, so I'm thinking, doesn't that look pretty? I put in some pretty fall papers. I'm looking here to see what will fit where. And I don't want that there. I wished it would fit because I like it with this wood grain, but we'll see. Let's look back here and see if the wood grain, how it looks. Okay. So, I hope my energy is level is okay. I did get up early this morning, but I have so much to do. I didn't get in to do my pedicure and manicure, so I'm kind of like, oh, I got to go do that. You know how that is, right? How about we do this here instead? This is another flip out. It's a seed packet, and it does have a pocket right there. Now, we got to have something to put in that pocket. Let me grab the things I have over here. See if we can find something that will fit inside here. Fortunately, there's a lot of stuff that goes with different kits and so forth. But you know what? I'm thinking now that I'm looking through this, I need to have some time to do that. So we'll just leave it blank for now. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one that I did with, I forgot to ink this little page. And I didn't ink every page, but some of the pages I want to ink so they don't blend. Like this is a shorter page than what we have. And so I'm going to give it a little tiny bit of ink. And I just think it'll look nicer with our ephemera. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. You'll see the separation. All right. Now, let's see if we can get this one on there, just like we did the other one. It's going to flip out. There's, you know, 2 or 3 things that flip out in this book. I tried not to over decorate these things that I made for the book, because I didn't want it to be too chunky. I don't think it's going to be tiny. I think it's going to have some chunk to it. What I don't use on this book, if I have time to do a second fall book, I will. I'm not sure at this moment how that will go. So I'm going to put this one all the way to the edge and lower down on the page. Let's see if that's going to be in the right spot. It is. So I'm going to rub that down, flip it out, and make sure this glue goes away right here. I didn't check that on the other one. I need to go back and make sure. Yeah, and it lays flat, so that's good. And you can get whatever you want out of this pocket. And we'll get back to doing that in a bit. Okay, so now we have, let's see, 2 of those in. So we need to put something in the second signature. And I think that's all the flip outs. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we did the second half. Let's see what we got going on here. I just love this with the yellow. This is a glassine bag that I decoupaged, and a glassine tag. I mean, and a decoupaged tag. And I did do stitching. So I'm only going to make this a pocket inside of the bag, because this bag is not the only bag I have. There's quite a few other bags, so we don't go crazy, but I like them. I worked really hard to make it feel a lot like fall. When you make your own ephemera, you just have to keep that in mind. Okay. All right, now here we go. I hope you and your families are well. It's kind of continues to be a scary time in our country. All right, now I'm going to put it on the left-hand side. And I'm going to center this one. Isn't it pretty? And with Gail's digital behind it, looks even nicer. So that should be down nicely for us. And we're going to take our tag and put inside. I made a match set, which I don't always do that. But now we have one thing in each of our signatures. So this time, let's work on the front part of it. I'll have to take a drink every now and then. I'm sorry. I have trouble because of my lupus, with my mouth being dry, so I have to drink as I go. All right. I really like this. And I made these a long time ago, 2 years ago, early on in my YouTube days. And this is sunflowers. And it's basically a time card that I made into a pocket here. I folded it up. And then I added another little pocket at the bottom. So we've got 3 pockets. And I did fix it where you could put something behind too. I don't really think it's needed. I'm trying to decide where I want this. I think I want it down in this corner. It's pretty bulky, so I'm trying not to put too much bulky. Because it is bulky, I have decided not to make this back portion a pocket, because there's going to be a lot of pockets, okay? So you'll have plenty of space if you decide to purchase this book to journal. Plenty of tags and pockets, and you know how I do. I have a tendency to overdo, but I want you to have fun with it. And, you know, it is time consuming when I do this, but I love it. And I was going to do it with you guys, but it was going to cause me to be really behind on what I have planned for you guys this fall. And then we're going to move into Christmas. So I do want to make a suggestion to you. I do have one Christmas book, the Santa Shop, a little golden book in my shop. If you are wanting a December daily this year. Otherwise, I recommend that you order it ahead of time. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? Okay, it goes perfect with that background. Maybe too perfect, kind of blends, but that's okay. I like the way it looks. I think it's adorable. Okay, my lights have warmed up my arms, so I am throwing my blanket off, or my towel off my shoulders. You know, it's cooler here in the evenings than where I came from than it is in Oklahoma. So I have to get accustomed to it, and I don't have my jackets unpacked. So I'm going to go buy a hoodie to keep me nice and warm. So, first thing I want to tell you about, the thing we love the most about where we live. We live on the lake. We're across the street, and then there's houses, and behind them is the lake. And we can see it just fine in more than one place. And the goal was to be up high. We are at the peak portion of the hill we're on, or the mountain, or the whatever. It's Ozark Mountains. And so we're loving that. We're just less than 5 minutes, more like 3 minutes from the lake. There's a beach, which is closed right now due to COVID. And then there is a place to put your boat in just around the corner. And so we do plan on getting a boat, but it won't be till either next year or the year after. We're too busy right now doing things to the house. We knew when we bought the house that it was 28 years old. So we discovered when we came in, we already had our own refrigerator, but there was a refrigerator in the kitchen that was fairly new, along with a commercial stove and a very small microwave. Well, the microwave doesn't work. The refrigerator didn't work. It was lit up, and we just didn't even think to see if it was making ice or anything else. So we think it's the compressor. But we had taken that out and put it in the garage. We were going to use it for, you know, pop or whatever. Extra things. And so I think that turned out cute, don't you? A lot of strings going on. I think I'm going to trim them down a little bit. They're too long. Of course, you know, when I make it, I never know exactly how I want it to end up. So I'm going to shorten this to right here. I think it just looks better with them short. So that was the first day. Then they brought my refrigerator in, which is stainless, and it had some damage to the front. So needless to say, that made me sad. But I didn't blame anybody because they had not put straps on it. It had just had a box that rubbed up against it. And a tiny little ding, little tiny dent. But, you know, it is what it is. And so that is okay. But then we had plumbing issues. And they took the largest blockage out of, I mean, it literally was almost 2 foot long of a blockage that the plumbers took out of the lines. I guess over 28 years, it kind of gets crazy, right? But the great thing about our house is our land and the woods and the animals have been incredible. Deer every day. We see deer every day. One night, all of our lights in the back we just have motion lights. So if someone is in your yard, the lights will light up. So we noticed the lights were on. It was 2 raccoons. And yes, we know they're very mean. We know that they don't like people. I think this is pretty too. Or is this a good place to do this? No, I don't like that as well. I'm surprised. Okay, I'm trying to look at what I've got here. Or is this a good place for this? Ooh, I like that. So this is a side tuck, and we're going to put it right here. Anyway, so there was 2 raccoons, and they were eating things off the ground. You know how they do. And my husband said they had visited the trash a little bit. But that was one night. And then the second night, they come back. And the motion lights came on. So we knew something was out there. So we look out, and there they are. There is one of them. And then out of the blue, here comes the second one down the tree next to our deck. Down the tree next to our deck. So I guess the moral of the story is keep your eyes up and down when you're outside or around outside. We weren't out there. We were just watching them play. But my husband said, I've never seen one come out of a tree. You know, we've had them on the ground before. They're very mean, and they're mean to your dogs. So you really want to watch your dogs. The one we had before hissed at my husband and kind of came toward him. So, yeah, stay far away from the raccoons. Just watch them when you can. Okay, I think that turned out really nice. So we'll come back when it dries and put something in this tuck. Now, let's see. We'll move on to signature 3, the front portion. And maybe we can put in a belly band here. That yellow just is beautiful. I don't want it there because it has some of the same colors. Some of the digitals. All right, where do I want you to go? Okay. I have ideas of how I want this, but you know, it doesn't always work the way you want it. This might look pretty here or here. How about we put it right there? This is a large coin pocket or cash pocket policy pocket, but it's short, but it's wide, and it's got this beautiful tea staining on the back. And I made a guest check with a kind of puffy sticker in the back. So I'm going to add around the edges real good here, so we know that we get exactly what we want it to do. It's just be a pocket, basically. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos while I was busy getting things unpacked. Listen, my closet here in the room that we're sleeping in, because I have has a master and a grandmaster. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's how they listed it. And so the grandmaster, I'm going to put this back in here. It should glue down without any problems. So the grandmaster's upstairs and the regular master's downstairs. So we chose to use the one downstairs. I'm going to just put this right here. Anyway, we did choose to use that one over the large one because it's upstairs and we just want to be on the main level, which our room is a total nightmare. It has to be redone. It's whoever had it put black trim around everything, a lot of black trim. So we've got to take all that black trim down. They bought it black, so it's kind of it just looks awful to me, but it has kind of a, I don't know, plastic look. I don't know. It's not the look I want. So we're going to get some new trim for that room at some point. It's not a priority. I told my husband, we'll fix everything else, and then we'll think about our room. The staircase needs some work. So isn't that cute? That turned out cute. So we're going to start back toward the front again. And let's see how our book is looking. So we haven't got very much in there, and it's already poofing up a little bit. I did 3 signatures so we'd have plenty of room. But I feel like we don't have that much. So we'll see. All right, so let's go back and we'll put something in the first signature. And let's find something that will go with sunflowers. Okay. I'm still drawn to that look. So that would look okay. I just want it to, trying to use this. It's kind of getting to that point, but I just want to make sure it gets used before it dries up. Okay. I hope you guys are having fun with the fall that's coming or is here, depending on where you live. I know it. I don't think we've had the official day. If we did, I don't know it. We've been too busy to watch news, to do anything. But we did find it interesting the other day to put up, or found it interesting the other day when it rained. You know, we don't have our local news set up yet on our TV. So we had no idea what was going on. But we had a storm. It wasn't awful. But it was a storm. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to take this tag out, which is decoupaged. Isn't he cute? I thought he was. Okay, so we're going to add glued to the back. Anyway, so my husband wants to put his new, I think it's 85-inch TV on the fireplace up above. And there's a ceiling fan right there that it's kind of a cathedral ceiling style. Goes to a point in the center of the room. This fireplace, we measured it just to make sure that our TV would fit up there. So we measure it, and it is 12 foot wide. Yes, you heard it. It's a giant. It takes over the room. It's beautiful. And the inspector that inspected it and chimney sweeped said it is in great condition for 28 years and that they don't build them like that fireplace anymore. So he was very impressed with it. He said it was very clean and it had been taken care of. And so he chimney sweeped it, said there was no repairs, and just to enjoy it. So that's what we plan on doing. We got to get some wood delivered. And we'll probably do that the first year. It's not like Rick's going to run out and chop wood. But we've never had a fireplace that was what was considered a true fireplace. But 12 foot is pretty big. And so that has not been, we haven't put anything in it yet to get it going, but I don't know what I did with my little bird tag. It's right in front of me. Hello. So here is where he is going to live, right in here. So yeah, that turned out pretty. Let's go back and do the second, or go over and do the second signature. I did put a leaf lunch sack in here. I just love the way it turned out. You could look at it two different ways. And we'll find a journaling card for inside right there at some point. Okay, now, where do we want to go next? I really love this. I'm trying to think what will look good next to it. No, I don't. I'm telling you, let's look at the belly band. Helps to have it upright. Either way of this is upright is good. It's just decision-making time. Okay, so I'm going to look here and see what I've got. These are all tags. So how about we do this little pocket right here. Now in this little pocket I have a sunflower tag and just a cute little sunflower journaling card. I just tied it with some leftover scraps from another fabric that I have. Okay. I'm trying to work as fast as I can here. I feel like it's not moving fast enough. Okay. Got to work on my design team project also for Tracy Fox. Hopefully this week. I didn't have one for September, but I only had to miss the one. All right, so we're going to put this little guy right here. I just thought he was cute, and I like the way they are both kind of cut off at the sides, you know. Okay, so this one's going down nicely too. Haven't had trouble with any of them so far. So I'll have things to tell you as we go along. Each book, the next couple books, we'll talk about different things that come to mind as, oh, I have another one that's not the greatest. So I said critters, right? Well, that also includes scorpions. You heard me. Scorpions. My husband was in the grand master bathroom getting some things to help me. And he closes the door and he says, "Don't come in here." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "There's a scorpion." Of course, I totally freaked out. I'm scared to death of them. I saw someone get stung by one many years ago. And I also saw my mother get stung by one. It was in her shoe. When she put her shoe on, she got stung. It's one of the most painful things from what I understand. I don't know that for sure. But it's worse than a bee sting. Okay, I'll put it that way. And I don't know if the venom can do anything or not. I know nothing about that. So my husband looked up some things. They don't like cedar. And usually they will, if there's a place that has sat empty, and this house did for 2 years, that can actually have trouble with that. So we're hoping that's the only one. My husband killed it. And I keep wanting to look at my feet, down at my feet, because I'm afraid I'm going to get, you know, attacked by a scorpion. I'm not too afraid, but now I like the way that looks. Let's do the belly band there. Whoops. I got to keep track of the time. We have had so much fun just driving around Branson, learning all the roads, and they have a Michael's and a Hobby Lobby. I've seen the Hobby Lobby, and get this, it opened on the day we closed on our house. So if that's not, I don't know, karma or a sign, or what is the different things people say? Nothing is. So we were excited that we were having a good sign. So we had the sweetest realtor in the world, and he got us a gift. He took us out into the parking lot after we closed and took our picture with him. And then he got us this really cool ice chest. And the ice chest was packed full of ice and Diet Dr. Pepper, which is my favorite drink, and Rick's. We both drink the same thing. Usually he'll drink whatever I'm drinking. Why is it guys aren't not attached to drinks as much as women? I can't help it. I just have things I like. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to start adding pockets. So we're going to do that in the second half of the signature. Okay, so the pockets are the paper line that I used. And so, yeah, they're very pretty. There is a lot of them. So I don't know if I'll use every single one in this book, but we will. That's pretty, isn't it? Let's just see if there's a place that's even prettier. Trying to decide here which one to put where. So let's do a little side tuck right here. I'm not sure about this and this. I'm trying to decide. Let's see. We also have this type of side tuck. And underneath the little apples is a journaling spot right here. And I stamped this little deer. Isn't he cute? And I'm going to put this little guy in. Come on, yeah, right there. I'm going to try to get this in the correct way. I almost always glue these down wrong, but I think I'm finally getting it figured out. I know where it's supposed to be glued, but it doesn't always end up there. So you can flip these up, and I'm going to try to make some clips to hold these. I just don't have them made yet. So you put them in the corner, and let me close this. You do not put glue in the middle, just around the outsides. And you slide it up into the corner and let it dry. And when you're done with it, you will be able to flip this up and journal, which I think looks really cute. I need to find some clips, which are right here. So I'm going to set those out. And I do want to just clip the edges to make sure it stays down on those corners. Right here. Okay, these are quilt pin, what do you call them? Clips. Quilt clips. Okay. Yeah, my husband had to give up his Lowe's and Home Depot for a Menards. Half the time I call it Menards, and half the time I call it Menards. My kids have laughed at me. They're like, Mom, it's Menards. And I know it is. I just have a hard time saying the right thing. I feel like I'm so distracted by everything I'm doing that, you know how it is, right? I'm surely not the only person that has ever done that. Okay, so we're in the second signature to put a corner pocket too. And let's see what we've got. I think we have gotta find them first. We have some leaves. Let me see. So this needs to go on the other side. I'm going to put that one right there. And we're going to glue it down the same way. And then I'm going to check, and when I do the next one, I'm going to check and see what our time is like in just a second. Of course, have to drop something every time you make a project. All right. Okay, now you want this to go in the right corner. You always want to make sure that whatever's inside your folded corner is in the right direction, so that whenever you pop it up, you'll have it in the right spot. Okay. I think we should clip these down too, just to be sure everything glues like we want it. Okay. Okay, let me check our time. Okay, we have five minutes. So I just want you to know that I really appreciate you guys understanding that I had to take some time off. And I did miss you guys during that time, so yeah. It was hard, but it didn't end up having to be as long as I thought it would be. So that worked out good. I think I'm going to put this one right here with this little fence. Whoops, no I'm not. It has to go on the other side of the page. Well, we'll just find a place. Let's put it right here. Right like that. Okay. And then we'll have all three of these in our books. And I'll go on and I'll add more pockets. I have other things, but I don't want you to know everything. I need you to have some surprises. That's what makes it fun for me. All right, so put this right here. All right, now let's clip those. And as all my pockets dry, I will be adding some tags or journaling cards or something for the recipient to journal on. I love journaling on tags and journaling cards because you don't have to write a novel, but you can get your point across. And I think that's a good way to do it. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, we're back here to the front cover. And it's not too poofy. I'm sure it will be a little bit poofy before it's all said and done. So again, thank you for any new subscribers. Tell your friends about my channel so they don't miss out on the fun we're going to have. We're going to be trying to do one more fall book and then off to all Christmas until after the first of the year. So if you have a custom order, please contact me by going through my Etsy shop and let me know what you're interested in, and I'll let you know if I can make that happen. I try very hard. So, also, I just want to let all the subbies know that I love and appreciate you guys so much. It is really early, so I'm talking softly, not to wake anybody up. But I was coming up the stairs, and Sadie is barking in the bedroom. My husband's like, lay down. So anyway, this is our first video back, and I hope you had fun. And I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't. Bye, guys.